What's going on, Lions fans? Stephen Will, Detroit Den 313, back with another episode. Little late night, but it's for a good reason. Stephen Will had to go and get our eyes personally on Detroit Lions training camp tonight. So just getting home, just getting back from training camp. Will had a good time. First training camp of the season. Unfortunately, can't make it to more. But how'd you feel about training camp?
Felt so good to be there. Felt so good to get some information, not information that's based upon journalists and media that were at practice and their observations from that to just actually get to lay our eyes on it and be able to give our assessment from that. I'm excited to do that tonight. You?
Same boat. Like, I love Tim 20-man. I know we get a lot of our information from him and a couple other beat writers, but I trust my eyes and your eyes more than anyone else's when it comes to football. So got to see it with our own two eyes tonight what was going on. We've seen a lot of people getting hyped up this training camp, a lot of people getting praised, and maybe a couple people who haven't been appreciated enough, Williams. So we're going to get into some stuff, some firsthand assessment from what we saw. What was the biggest thing that stuck out to you tonight, Will?
I don't. Do you want me to lead with the good, or do you want me to lead with the could be better? Because there was two big things to me.
Let's go with could be better, because I think I know where we're going.
Could be better was Hendon, man. Could be better was Hendon. Hendon makes some awesome plays, and then he makes some very, very even less than pedestrian plays. Little 10-yard hookups, man. He throws them over a guy's head or at their feet sometimes. We talked about it with Jared Goff, and it's just quarterback play in general for me. I need consistency. Does he have every single tool you need to play the quarterback position? He does. And again, this isn't me giving up on Hendon Hooker. There's a guy that looked like absolute trash to me, Steve, the first few times I got to see him in Trey Lance, right? But he's young. And the last time we seen him, he looked phenomenal. And he's a guy that I talked about even maybe the Detroit Lions bringing in before all of this was talked about, because sometimes it takes quarterbacks a while to develop. They got to get with the right coaches, the right systems, the right situations, and it takes them a little time to figure it out. So I'm not here to say Hendon Hooker's never going to figure it out. I'm just here to say I don't think he's figured it out yet. And because of that, we need to get somebody in-house, man, that has it figured out. That's all. And I'm not, we talked about this the last couple of days, but only reason I'm mentioning it now, Steve, is because we got to actually lay our eyes on it. Dude has a cannon arm. Dude can make every throw. He's an athletic guy, athletically gifted. Like I said, every tool that you need to be able to play the position at a high level. Just hasn't quite figured it out yet. Steve, would you agree with that assessment? Are you feeling differently? Where you at?
No, I agree, but I was very underwhelmed with Jared Goff today. I don't think he had his best day of practice. I saw a lot of overthrows, a lot of underthrows, a couple wobbly ducks thrown up into the air, especially at the very last play of practice. They were doing some, I don't know what you want to call it, I guess like a mini type scrimmage, 2-minute drill type thing. Offense was down 4. It was like 4th and 2. Got to go for the end zone, like 8 seconds left. Goff threw up a ball that looked like it got punted, ended up getting intercepted by Amik Robertson. Great catch, by the way. But it was just, I don't know, just the whole night with Jared Goff just didn't seem like he was as sharp as he normally is. Like, I think at one point you would mention, like, this ain't the Jared Goff that I saw go 18 for 18 against, who was it, the Tennessee Titans earlier last year. Like, that's the Jared Goff I need to be getting ready. And I get it, giving you a pass because it's preseason, but not playing the sharpest right now. So hopefully he's working out the kinks, fine-tuning that well-oiled machine, and he'll be ready to go by week 1. But I was a little unimpressed with Jared as well.
Yeah, I was a little underwhelmed with Jared too, but zero worries. Well, I've seen him in live football action. I know what he is and what he isn't, man. And I think he's good enough to get us a Super Bowl with the tools that he has wrapped around him. So in Jared, I trust right now. Zero worries. But yeah, I agree with the assessment. Definitely underwhelmed me today at practice as well.
What's some good stuff that stuck out to you?
Steve. Listen, people. If I've been a Debbie Downer for the beginning of this podcast, I'm about to bring you up right now. People, let me look at you, because I'm not even gonna beat around the bush. Tyliek Williams is a dog. Like, he's a dog. Like, he's a dog. Take it from me. This isn't anybody wrote about it. This isn't anybody else's observation that I read in an article. I took the time, if Tyliek was out there, to watch him pretty exclusively. I watched him get double teamed by NFL grown freaking men and just hold the line of scrimmage and sometimes knock the double team back. Right. Now, there was a couple of times maybe he got knocked maybe a yard back or a half yard back by the double teams, but he wasn't getting budged much. All right. The thought of having Aleem McNeil coming back for this playoff run, having DJ Reader, having Roy Lopez, and then having Tyliek Williams, it's going to be a problem in the interior of this defensive line. There was so many times Tyliek just took the guard or the center for a ride back to the quarterback. He had one sack where he literally just took the guard, put him in Jarrett's lap, and then just grabbed Jarrett. And it was just nasty. It was just nasty. He is going to be an absolute problem. He split a double team on the goal line series, and then got in on a play on David Montgomery. And then one time they ran directly at him. David Montgomery ran directly at him. It was inside zone directly at Tyliek. Tyliek got a piece of David Montgomery and just pulled him down to the ground. And David Montgomery ended up a little bit banged up. He's fine, no big deal. He's a man. He's a man, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it at the beginning of the season, but Detroit Lions fans, when we have a D-line with Tyliek and Aleem McNeil, it's already really nice with DJ Reader and Tyliek. We have a D-line of Tyliek and Aleem McNeil right next to each other. And there was a lot of snaps today where Aiden Hutchinson and Tyliek right next to each other. Thoughts and prayers. Steve, how'd you feel about Tyliek today? Am I going too crazy? Because Tyliek was special.
You're not going too far with him. I don't think you're going far enough, if I'm being honest. But I gotta go a little bit further back. Did you happen to catch Inside the Den episode 2, the behind the scenes draft special?
Yep.
All right. Yep. So there was a part when early on in the episode when Dan Campbell was talking about Tyliek Williams, and he told Sheila he's another Aleem McNeil. Mm-hmm. His exact words. That was his exact words. His breakdown of Aleem McNeil when Sheila was asking about him. Yeah, this is Aleem McNeil 2.0. The way he snatched up Jared Goff on that sack. Thank God you can't hit the quarterbacks. Yeah, my mama used to do that to me when I'd be in the grocery store acting up. She would just snatch my ass up, put me in the cart. I'd sit there pouting, crying, no candy, no toys. We're going home. No, we're not stopping at McDonald's on the way. You're getting your ass whooped. That's kind of the same thing I saw today with Tyliek Williams. I don't think he was stopped on a single rep, if I'm being honest. Like, he might not have had an impact or might not have had a tackle or, I thought that he was playing in the backfield quite a bit. And I wasn't even watching him exclusively. For some reason, I usually just lock onto Hutch when he's playing. I like to watch what he's doing. But when you pointed it out, I was like, all right, I'll watch like the next 5-6 snaps he takes and just playing in the backfield. That's all he was doing. Like, I know he plays D-line, but I think he's like a backup offensive lineman as much as he was back there. So I'm excited to see it, and I'll just piggyback and say you're not going to run the ball on the Detroit Lions because we saw the ones battling the ones, Gibbs, Montgomery. We saw all of them getting stuffed. I think Gibby broke loose on an outside zone one time and got like 13 yards, but you're not running up the middle on us. You're going to have to try to beat us outside, and I think we got quite a few athletic defenders who can handle that. So plain and simple, this run defense is going to be just absolutely stout. And then if it gets to be 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, good luck. There's going to be some guys pinning their ears back trying to get to the quarterback.
Agreed, man. I'm excited for it, man. That had me today. It's going to take a long time to get me to stop smiling about Tyliek.
You know what else stood out to me, William?
What's up?
Isaac Tesla is becoming a starter, I think, right underneath our nose. He had a block on a Tom Kennedy touchdown earlier. I saw the replay when I got home. Yeah, I think that the players are more excited about the block on the touchdown than they were about touchdown Tom getting into the end zone. But he's relentless. He can catch. He could play. He had a nice catch in some one-on-ones. I can't remember who he was going against. Just uses his body very well to kind of box out a defender and create a little separation. So I'm really trying to pay more and more attention to him. I'm excited to see him and Hendon Hooker Friday against the Falcons and on the second team reps. I want to see how that chemistry is building. I want to see what he can do with Jared Goff, with some other quarterbacks. I just want to see his all-around game. Well, I'm very excited about this kid.
Steve, one of the things that I told you when that happened live that excited me, but and you're absolutely correct because TK85 ran the touchdown
Touchdown time. Just call him touchdown time. Well,
preseason touchdown time ran the touchdown in, and he was along the sideline, and a couple people gave him a pound and said good job or whatever. But everybody was coming up to Tesla and hey man, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Like it was noticeable that they know that he's out there doing what it takes to be a Detroit Lion, man. He's not just a quote unquote, receiver, right? That blocks and gets in the way. No, he'll put you on your butt, and that's what he did. So yeah, excited for him, man. But what excited me about him and a couple of other guys early was when they first came out, Steve, and they were doing the pass catching drills with Coach Montgomery, and Bruce Gradkowski was throwing the ball. He was throwing it up over the shoulder catches, and Isaac was just making it look effortless. You could see some guys were having a hard time kind of trying to track the ball and find it, and they're making the catches for the most part, but it just looked tough. And then you had the other guys, you could tell, elite ball skills, just tracking the ball with ease, man, stride for stride, slowing down or speeding up if need be to catch it right in the pocket, man, and it just looked effortless. Isaac was one of those dudes that made it look effortless. And another guy that made it look effortless was Dominic Lovett. Zero trouble tracking the ball over his shoulder, man. Those two guys showed to me in that little drill, if you were paying attention, for those that were there, how they're elite with tracking the football. And I think for those reasons, man, playing the receiver position, that's something that you really need, along with speed, along with the attitude that you need to be able to get in there and block people in the run game. Those reasons are the reasons why I think both those guys end up on this roster.
Yeah, he's another guy that on Inside the Den, Brad Holmes was just pointing out how he's backside receiver, but he's still sticking his nose into a safety trying to get a block for something. Like he's not taking a play off. I absolutely love that. Behind the scenes on Inside the Den, phenomenal. 10 out of 10 if you haven't watched it. After you hit like and subscribe on this, go check that out. Hell of a show. I love that behind the scenes stuff more than anything. All that draft talk, the conversations, the interviews, Tyliek Williams getting grilled and some stuff and him just pointing out stuff and, knowing the plays, what each guy next to him is supposed to be doing. I think he's ahead of the game. I think there's a couple guys on this team that are ahead of the game. Tyliek Williams and Isaac Tesla being a couple of those. But, yeah, I'm just excited, Will. But you mentioned Dominic Lovett. We do have some bad news in regards to him. Starting with Dan Jackson out for the year, rookie safety out of Georgia, done for the year, leg injury. Don't know to what extent. I would assume he tore something. I would guess. Dominic Lovett left practice today with a abdominal injury. Who else got hurt today? That's quite a list. I know David Montgomery got rolled. Yeah, Jamarco Jones. David Montgomery got. Pat O'Connor, yeah, he did something. He was kind of limping. Nobody got carded, but David Montgomery was one I kind of was like, hold my breath. But trainers were looking at him. He did come back later on and had a goal line touchdown. And I feel like there was one more injury. Dominic Lovett, abdominal injury. Well, we're just getting a little banged up here. Just need the season to start. So any concerns with those injuries?
Not really, man. There was Pat O'Connor looked kind of like it could be a little bit of time. I'm not sure if it was an ankle, but he did leave pretty gingerly. But Dominic Lovett, I think, will be back. I don't think that one will be a big deal. And for the rest of them, man, I honestly, I'm not sure. But it didn't seem like it was a big to do about it when they happened. So I don't know.
And Ennis Rakestraw.
Yeah, that one was at Saturday's practice, and they said Coach Campbell did mention that Ennis is going to be probably an extended period of time with that shoulder. So unfortunate for him, man. We talked about it the other day. Could it potentially be a concern? Obviously, it's kind of becoming a thing. Hopefully, it'll start trending in the right direction. Praying for Ennis, man, and hopefully you can get back, man, and show us your full potential.
Yeah, first and foremost, tonight was the first night practice for the Detroit Lions. I thought that was fantastic. Dan Campbell saying that he wanted to break up the monotony of days and just getting used to, hey, we're a primetime team. We play on a primetime schedule. We need to start doing some night practices. I love that mentality, trying to get the guys in the right mindset of it's not always going to be 5 a.m. rise and shine. Sometimes you might have to sit around throughout the day, keep yourself hydrated, stretched out, come to practice a little later, similar to like you would for a game. Great atmosphere, great weather, hell of a time, had a blast. Hopefully we can make it potentially one more practice, but we'll have to see what happens. Anything else for tonight, Will?
Yeah, man, I got a bunch, man. Don't try to run me
A
out.
bunch. Dang, I thought we checked all our boxes there.
Man, you can't send me to a whole football practice, man. I got a lot on my mind, man. I will say, Steve, number one, I could have watched these. It just wasn't enough time. I think they went for either 10 or 15 minutes doing one-on-ones, but man, was it fun. Man, was it fun to watch. One of the things that stood out to me was Brian Branch and Amon St. Brown going at it. I can't remember who came out on top. I think it was Brian Branch.
It was St. Brown without
I don't know.
I
feel like it was
2-1.
I feel like it was 2-1 Branch. Like, hey, put it in the comments at practice. I feel like it was 2-1 Branch, man. But hey, listen, I thought that it was special and fun to watch, man. And then for the defense, I got a rep for my boys, man. I feel like on the second rep, St. Brown went and got a cheap little out route. Listen, we're going one-on-one.
First down, move the sticks. That's what it's about sometimes.
Let's see who's who. Cheap little 5-yard. Anyways, I do think Branch won the deal, man. But point being is this. It was fun. And Branch and St. Brown are two dogs. We know that they're two dogs going against each other, man. That is what it is. There was a couple of things that I thought were special. One, people probably already know about. Another, people might not know about. Now, Amik looks special to me in man-to-man coverage. He looks special. This is a guy who was manning up with Justin Jefferson, so I'm not surprised about that. But he just looks special all practice, man. And to get to see him in a practice environment where it's hard to show up every rep at practice. It's not an easy thing to do. You got the crowd here. It's a little bit of just like a little more energy, a little bit more hype when you got fans watching practice and it's manu a manu, man. So Amik showed up, man. He showed out. He did his thing. But somebody that I think people might not be as high on or might not know as much about is Rock Ya-Sin. Rock Ya-Sin looked great in those one-on-ones to me, man. He competed. He got a little bit of everybody. And Rock Ya-Sin is somebody who I heard from Tim 20 Man was going to play a little bit of safety, but he got some first team reps with Brian Branch on the field at safety. So I thought that was cool too. It's something that I'm going to look out for. Rock Ya-Sin in the preseason game was somebody who made a little goal line hit on a running back coming barreling down into him. If you know anything with him or about him with the Cardinals and the Baltimore Ravens, man, this is a guy who competes in one-on-one coverage. And they talked about maybe he doesn't like laying the pads as much as he should, but I'll tell you what, in that preseason game, he came up and laid some wood. I'm interested to see what the Detroit Lions do with a guy like him at the safety position. It could be fun, a guy that they can do all different types of things, bring him down into the box, man up slot receivers, man up tight ends. It's just so many different things you can do with their secondary pieces, man. I'm interested to see him. Avonte Maddox is another guy who had a pretty good day. Seen him at corner, seen him at safety, seen him at nickel. They got DBs, man. We don't have guys that play just certain positions. The last thing I'll say about that secondary is although Terry and Arnold didn't practice, he was there in a cutoff, and he looked a lot like this. He looked big. Yeah, he looked a lot bigger than last season. Not just his upper body, legs look bigger, man. I think that he's going to be a force to be reckoned with, because if you've seen the way that he's moved around prior to the hamstring injury, he can still move too. Dude's going to be a problem, man. So, Steve, I'm really between Tyliek and seeing the rest of these guys, man, today, I'm excited to see what this defense can do moving forward.
Debo Arnold is what he was looking like. Well, he looks pretty. He looks pretty. He looks thicker. He looks good. I wish he could have practiced. He's dealing with an injury. We'll get to see him again, but I think a little bit Rock Ya-Sin might have a little bit of safety reps coming his way because of the Dan Jackson injury. We might have been thinking, what's Dan Jackson's role? Way too early to tell. Is he going to be the third safety just in case? He's out for the season now. Someone has to fill that void of, hey, we need a contingency plan for Branch and Kirby. Rock Ya-Sin came in. Avonte Maddox, like you said, got a couple reps there too. So I think those are the two guys that are going to be floating around the secondary. And I believe, I can't remember who it was. I wish I could. It was a great quote about Rock Ya-Sin, or not a quote, but just the way they were describing him was he's not a corner. He's an outside defender. That's what I've seen so far. I remember being at the Hall of Fame game, and he was probably the one bright spot of the defense early on with the turnover. I think it was that very first drive where he stopped a potential touchdown with a tackle. He's not afraid to stick his head in there. He's going to defend the run. He's going to defend the pass. He's going to come up hit. Like his style of play. Curious to see what his role is going to be with Ennis Rakestraw being out. Is that going to be a guy that's going to be full-time nickel? Is Maddox going to be full-time nickel? I don't know. We got so many good options that we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
For sure, man. For sure, man. I'm definitely excited for it. The last thing that I'll say before you run me out of here, Steve, I could probably talk all day about practice today, but there was a formation that we talked about offensively when we were kind of talking about getting Gibbs the ball and doing some different things. Hey, listen, I wasn't gonna give him the sauce. Take it down, Steve. Take it down, take it down. But there was a formation that we talked about, and yeah, we got to practice today, and we seen a lot of it. So, number one, you know who you are. You got in the comments and said it was some Madden created formation. Yada yada yada. No.
Saw it with our own two eyes.
Yeah, we saw a bunch of it today, and we did see it in the capacity of Gibbs and Demo being on the field at the same time, man. So, I don't think it's a matter of if they're going to be doing things like that. It's a matter of how much of it are they going to be doing. So it was cool to see them actually doing it live, man, and especially going through some of their drills in Skelly and then 7-on-7 and then taking it out to the team periods, man, and getting to see it ran, man. It was kind of cool and kind of fun, man. Hopefully, I know some of you Chicago Bears fans slide in here. Don't be trying to steal the sauce, and because we got way more formations than that. But yeah, it's gonna be coming, and pretty much you guys aren't gonna be able to do anything about it anyways. But again, that was exciting to see, Steve. The thought process of all 5 of our best offensive players being out there at the same time is something that's exciting to me, and I love that Coach Morton is ready to do something like that, man. I think it's gonna be fun. So for those of you that are worried that he isn't going to be creative, I think you're in for a treat. There maybe was a trick play at practice today that we got to see, man. So I don't think that he's going to be shy about pulling the trigger on some things.
Yeah, that's what I've been talking about. I'd rather see some personnel that create a mismatch instead of hook and ladders or halfback toss passes or wide receiver reverse passes. Like, it's cool, it's fun. Not my cup of tea. I'd rather see some mismatches and some explosive plays off those mismatches. So we'll see. What else you got for tonight, Will? Are we just pulling an all-nighter here? Or?
Man, I could stay here all night. Man, we'll wrap something up in some more shows, man. But I'll tell you this: if you have the opportunity to get to a practice, find a player. Don't just watch practice and just kind of spectate the event. If you're a real football person, if you really want to learn some things, take a couple of players and watch them throughout practice, man. Because I'll tell you, it was really cool to get to see these guys live and in action. Again, there's no speculation when you get to see it live. So those of you who are getting in the comments and saying, hinting this, hinting that, whatever, hey, listen, there's no more debate. Seen it with my eyes today. Seen it with my eyes at practice. And there's some growth that needs to be done there. Now, again, not giving up on them. I think he can get there, and I think that given the opportunity, he will, man. It's just going to take a little bit of time. So just give him the time, man. He's got a whole nother season that he's going to be under contract with the Detroit Lions too, man. So we'll see what happens, guys. But get to a practice. If you can get to a practice, I think you'll enjoy it.
If we wanted to do another 20-minute show, I could talk about Marcus Davenport being credited with, in my opinion, 2 sacks today. But I don't know. Stay healthy. That's all I'm going to say. Stay healthy, please,
Hutch
Scott.
Looking dominant.
Yeah, there's a couple. I don't know. Hutch might have got him. I feel like maybe they let the play go on a little bit just to get some reps in. But I think Hutch might have had a couple sacks as well. Just depends on what Coach Campbell was trying to put out there. Like, hey, yeah, we know you're going to get after him. Let's get some reps. Let's get some looks. So that's all we got for tonight. Again, late show tomorrow will probably be a late show as well. Well, we unfortunately have to go to that other place, and yeah. I think of a million other things I'd rather do, but kind of a weird work schedule for us tomorrow. So tomorrow's episode will probably be a little later as well. Stick around, hit that like button. We'll be back later with another show.
Peace.